telegraphs to TVs, coin-operated jukeboxes, and calculators. Bruce Phillips' home-based museum of vintage electronics spans centuries.
This is an early pre-Civil War dynamo, and if you were a doctor or a dentist, you had your patient hold on to these, you had your assistant turn this crank, and they got a reasonably decent shock, not going to hurt them, but if they were drilling into your tooth, there was no anesthesia, no ether or anything back then, and this was the best you got. After this, probably the first thing people recognize are telegraphs. I like this period here. I collect these in particular. As you broached from here, you went to telephone. It brings back your past. It brings back, I always talk about it as it's history, it's art, and it's technology. And I said, I love all three of those. And so you'll look at something and go, that's cool. And it's the cool factor of it for some people. For other people, it's the technology factor. How many tubes did it have? What's that circuit look like? And other people, it's specifically art. It's just, how does that look? Was there a famous designer involved with it? You know, how was that made? Was it the first one out there? So there's a plethora of different reasons why people like this stuff.
Ever wonder what thousands of pieces of memorabilia spanning hundreds of years looks like? It's actually not as cluttered or crazy as you would think. That's because Bruce is a careful curator, making sure each piece of history has the right spot in his home.
I collect things for the technology, for the art, and for the look. And the look is what sells me more than anything else. I mean, there's plenty of TV sets out there that are just boxes that unfortunately nobody cares about anymore. But when you look at this, you go, that's an interesting TV. Streamed them myself, believe it or not.
We first introduced you to Bruce back in 2013 when he showed us his extensive collection of vintage radios.
This is the World Series Roger Maris Mickey Mantle. You had literally the bat that did your tuning for you up here, and you actually had the baseball diamond as the knob down here.
More than just Bruce's hairstyle has changed in the past 6 years.
My wife would tell you there's 3,000 pieces here, so I'll just take her word on it. I have to get this out there. There are less now than they were 6 years ago when you were here.
His focus has changed too.
What I also noticed was when I spoke the word antique radio to a young kid, I couldn't get him to look up from his cell phone. But if I said vintage electronics, he'd go, well, what do you got, records or hi-fi? Or so as that went on, I realized that we should change from an antique radio club to a vintage electronics club. Telephone's another favorite in the vintage electronics line. Most people recognize an old phone like this. The change that happened in the telephone was the tube finally came along, and this was your first tube. This is a DeForest Audion, about 1908, and this was the first time anybody had ever amplified voltage.
The New England Vintage Electronics Club has about 400 members, and they love to get together to swap stories and treasures.
Another one of my favorites is microphones. I just love these because every microphone I see, I think of how many people talked into it and who were the important people, who was doing the news. Some of these are from news stations like WMUR. The story is the best part. I mean, my father was a big history guy, and you know, we went all over the country looking at historical places. To me, this is history, along with technology, along with art. That combination of the three is what I love.
He says it's hard to pick a favorite, but he's particularly fond of this rare find.
This was called the Radio Nurse, and it came out right after the Lindbergh kidnappings because people were concerned people were going to come in and steal their babies. So this was made as the monitor. The part I enjoy about this is this was designed by a famous designer Noguchi. Noguchi was an excellent designer. Unfortunately, at the time, he was Japanese American, and a lot of people frowned on that after Pearl Harbor, to the extent that they would take these, pick them up, and smash them in the streets to prove they had no interest in Japanese Americans. So we've gone beyond that now, and again, one of the best designers of the mid-century was Mr. Noguchi.
Bruce loves to educate people. Spend a day with him and you realize you're just scratching the surface of his vintage electronics knowledge.
I was an electrical designer for years. You know, these things came from being very primitive to very worthwhile and worked their way until kids could have one of these in their hand. So one of my favorite phonographs is this one here, and it's a beautiful record player AM shortwave radio combination made by Braun in the late 50s, early 60s. It's a beautiful design of form and function. There's nothing here that's not needed. The aesthetics are awesome. And this was a design done by Dieter Rams, who was the leader in the minimalistic movements. So as years went on and Steve Jobs started to put together the original iPod, he followed Dieter Rams' concepts in no more than's necessary, no big knobs.
As Bruce gets older and starts to pass his collection on, it's important to him to find the right home for his pieces. A home that will love, appreciate, and pass on their story to generations to come.
I love this old stuff. I'm getting older, and you know, I know that I'm just a caretaker of this stuff. I don't own any of it. Someone else will own all of this at some point in time, and I try to just take care of it well and keep it in good shape so that the next person can enjoy it.
Because you're mine, I walk the line.